Alright. Not the most efficient way to heal. I probably could have gone back to camp and taken a nap or something, but first we'll be doing this. Alright, you are level 45. There is no level scaling here. I am going to... I was going to say Agile Style Pedal Dance because that is Pokedex credit, but you know what? We can use Energy Ball instead. Snorlax has pretty good special defense. I'm going to try and gauge how much damage I can do to it. Okay, so that was really nothing. That was actually even less than I thought I was going to do. You are going to Zen Headbutt me. That's a little annoying. Can I Strong Style Absorb? I'm surprised Charon doesn't seem to know Giga Drain yet. I thought that was like one of... Oh, that was nothing. I thought Giga Drain was like... Alright, that was really nothing. That's going to take you down, isn't it? I thought, Giga Drain was like a Charon, like, specialty, but apparently not. Alright, Walrein to max out your Pokedex credit, because I'm never not thinking about that anymore. I can Strong Style and Ice Beam. I said Strong Style Ice Beam, not Liquidation. And this is also probably not going to do a ton of damage, but Walrein is a more attacky Pokemon than Charizard, so maybe it'll at least do a little bit of damage. Alright, Frostbite, that's not bad either. High Horsepower. Alright, it's a bit of a pain. That's a critical hit. You're going to be hurt by your Frostbite. I'm going to do it again. Snorlax outran me. That's ridiculous. I know Strong Style, like, reduces your turn priority, but still, you are a Snorlax. You should not be outrunning anything. So let's do this again. And that actually might be enough to get me to level 10 on Walrein, but you are going to use High Horsepower again, take me down. And I think it's probably time for me to get someone who's a little on the defensive side out here. I don't have anyone who's a little on the defensive side besides Gumi, and Gumi is only level 39. Acid Spray will, like, lower your defense a little, right? If I do this, that's gonna, like, lower your defense and allow me to go a little faster, won't it? Do a little damage. Oh, wow. Alright, that thing hits like a truck. Probably should have seen that coming. Your Frostbite is wearing off. I am going to... Like, I want to ask if you have, Thick Fat. To reduce damage taken from, you know, Ice and Fire moves. But I think abilities being not a thing in this game, that is not something I will have to worry about. Ice Shard is going to do a little damage. Do I want to do it again? Nah, let's just use a Great Ball. And hopefully this will be enough to have Snorlax captured. Couldn't catch the Alpha Gudra, but maybe we can catch the Alpha Snorlax. Alright. Nope. You're not thinking along those lines? Alright. That was another critical hit. You've gotten a number of critical hits on me, sir. Which I don't really appreciate. Let's see, what moves do you have? High Horsepower, I know. Probably Body Slam, just because Snorlax usually has Body Slam. You've used a lot of High Horsepower on me, and all your stats are going up at once. Alright. And you're using High Horsepower again, and that's going to take you down. And... Staraptor, let's do it. Not going to attack you with Staraptor, because anything that I do to you would kill you. If you want to keep using a Ground-type move on me, that's fine, I guess. Let's see, that's going to be 1, and Snorlax escaped. Weren't you already enraged? Alright, so you also have Crunch. And we're going to throw a Great Ball at you, and... Let's see, Crunch, High Horsepower. My instinct tells me Body Slam. But I don't know if I've actually seen that yet. Defense Curl or something. Alright, so Staraptor went down, and High Horsepower coming from Snorlax to Typhlosion would kill the Typhlosion, so I don't want to have Typhlosion go down. So we are instead going to just fight you. We are going to use Flamethrower on your face, and that is going to be it for Snorlax. I did get to fight you. I am going to get a lot of experience from this. I see a Wisp just right up there. Oh, I also got a Seed of Mastery. And now, after I go get this Wisp, then we can be on with the main story. Alright. I probably got most of the ones in this area. No, I haven't. I thought I'd already collected a lot of the Wisps in this area, but apparently not. Alright. So I've got Pokedex progress to report, but I don't think I'm actually able to do that when the professor isn't here. I would like to return to the Ancient Retreat, so I guess we're just going to queue up all that Pokedex data until later. Until the professor decides to talk to us again. Alright, guys. Ah, Misprit's plume. So the legends told it true. The red chain must be real as well. Like, you've even got that hair, like those hair squiggle thingies that Cynthia does. Don't you? I guess, but this all makes no sense to me. These Pokemon represent our minds, and they'll give us this thing, and it'll bind the world to solve all this mess. It'll let us bind the world to solve all this mess, but why? How? Your doubt suggests a keen intellect. I see you're not your clan's leader for nothing. Without the mind, the rift would widen and the very world would end. Would we even know it? And would we even know it? One might even say the world, time, space, all creation exists only because our minds are there to perceive it. So this is the, what, like, interpretation of, like, existence is this? I know it has a name.
Hey.
Sort of like the observer principle, but I don't think that's quite it. Whatever. Perhaps the Red Chain's purpose is to let one see creation as it truly is. I get it even less now. Such are myths, my child, teaching us about the world in their own incomprehensible ways. They urge us to think more for ourselves on the nature of Almighty Sinnoh and on the nature of the world in which we dwell. You're absolutely right. Myths and legends are such fascinating things to study. Alright. So are you two like Cynthia's great-great-great-grandparents or whatever? Because you both are nerds. In any case, all we have to do is complete 2 more trials and we will get the Red Chain. How nonchalant you sound. How confident of success, to which you what? Contribute nothing? I think it said contribute nothing. You tag along only for the chance to gawk at more ancient ruins. I mean, that is a completely understandable way to go about things. Alright. Anyone able to evolve? No? Does Gumi know any new moves? Shelter. Alright, so that's the defensive move that you have. It's like a better version of Acid Armor. Anyone else? Probably not. I don't think I've gained that many levels recently. I would like to craft some things. And here we are. Unlike the last one, I did decide I would cut away for this one. Let's see. Basculin Leap. Alright, so I almost ran into Vola's face with just riding a fish. Alright, perfect. Here we are, Lake Acuity. You know, I've been told it actually contains seawater as well. Nobody knows why, though. It could be a fluke of geography, or perhaps it's connected to Pokemon somehow. Lake Acuity is protected by the Pokemon Uxie. When Uxie took flight, the knowledge to solve problems was born in people's minds. That's what the stories say, anyway. Alright. So, the phone is going off again, and we're just gonna let it blast a hole in the rock, as phones do. And that is going to open up this cave, and we can go, and I'm very interested in seeing what we're going to fight, because I can't think of any pseudo-legend that's part like ice or anything like that. Or, for that matter, what other pseudo-legends have we seen in this game? I don't think we've even seen, like, Gible or anything, which is, you'd think would have been the first pseudo-legend that we see in a Pokemon game based on Sinnoh. Let's see what's waiting for us. Alright, that is one of those Zoroark things. Like, I've seen Hisui and Zorua. I don't think I've seen Hisui and Zoroark. Alright. I have no idea what type you are. Let us use something a little bit more intimidating than a Cherim. Let us do this. Oh, that's right. I have to go up and talk to you. Who's a good demon fox boy thing? With glowing red eyes. Alright, so Staraptor. Let's do this. We can bring out Staraptor and we can fight a level 58 Zoroark. Snarl is going to lower my offenses, is it not? Alright, that is going to lower my offenses. I don't really like having my offenses lowered. Oh, you're a ghost type. Okay. I was gonna say you're a dark type, so close combat would be super effective, but it appears that that is not true. Let's just do what Staraptor does best. Alright, Brave Bird. And unless you have different stats, this should do a lot of damage because Zoroark's defenses are not very good at all. You are going to be damaged by the recoil, and I'm sure you're going to... Oh, well, my attack is at, like, -1, isn't it? You're going to be damaged by the recoil. Staraptor's going to go down. I have the switch initiative on this thing. Let's see what Mammoth can do. If I can maybe, I don't know, high horsepower you. None of these are super effective, yeah? Alright. Alright, so high horsepower will be the slightly more powerful move between it and Icicle Crash. Alright, ooh, that's actually, like, really good range for catching. You're gonna strong style me. That is going to be Bitter Malice. What is that? Whatever it was, it hit pretty hard. And you're gonna do it again. And once again, I could try to catch you, or I could just not try to catch you and be on with it. Hey, Gumi, you want to take down another pseudo-legend? Another, well, not a pseudo-legend, but you want to take down another boss at like 20 levels weaker than it? Alright. Acid Spray. The reason I'm doing that is, as with many things, Pokédex credit, because Acid Spray is one of the moves that it wants me to use with Gumi. Anyway, you are going to grow to level 40. You can now evolve. I assume that's Petal Dance that was mastered by Cherim. Alright, I'll look through the menu later. Knew you could do it. Why do you look surprised? You've seen this before. You should know how this works by now. Alright, Uxie, what do you have to say? You're gonna turn me into a nerd like Volo and Cynthia's grandma?
Combi, Zubat, Unknown, Magneton, Dusclops. How many are there eyes? Tell me each, one by one, yet all at once.
Answer me. Alright. Can you repeat that? Alright, so Combi has 2 eyes, Zubat has none, Unknown has 1, Magneton has... I don't know that one. Dusclops has 1. Let's see if I can do this by process of elimination. So, okay, so I just have to enter a number. I don't have to, like, choose multiple choice. Okay, so I have to enter all as one string. 2, 0... what was next? Unknown was 1. Magneton... I don't remember if each of the heads have their own sets of eyes. Let's just guess 6 for now. Actually, you know what? Let me guess 3. And what was the last one? Dusclops? Alright, I think I'm gonna go with that. I'd like to do this without looking it up. Although I can always go in the Pokédex if I have to. I don't have to, like, do this by looking it up on the internet for help.
Answer me true if you answer me would.
Okay, so I'm guessing that was not the answer? Alright. 20161, I'm gonna guess then. And if I don't get this, I'm gonna look in the Pokédex. 20161. Alright, so that wasn't it. I can look in the Pokédex. Let's see, let me just do this in order. Combi. Alright, so Combi has 6 eyes. Because it's got 2 eyes on each of the hexes. And I'm pretty sure Magneton has 1 eye on each of its, like, things. Alright, so let's go with 6. Zubat has 0. What was it? 2, 3, 1? No, it was Unknown was the second one. So 1, 3, 1. Six, 1, 3, 1. Alright, you like that. Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more. And you're gonna give me a scrap of newspaper. That is Uxie's claw. Uxie has claws? Since when does Uxie have claws? I see no claws on that thing. You barely have fingers. It's like you're wearing mittens. There are no claws in sight. Alright. So the last one is going to be at Lake Valor. That is going to be Azelf. And first, I guess we've got to report our progress to Volo, and then we are going to fast travel back to the base camp and get our last assignment. And I like how the purple sky makes it look like an aurora or something. Still, I wonder, why don't they just give us the red chain? What's this running about? I guess I can think of two reasons: to keep the chain safe and to test us. Perhaps you're right. Who knows what would happen if it fell into the wrong hands after all. Though having said that, isn't the red chain for mending the world? What use would some villain have for it? Oh, you haven't seen Team Plasma yet, have you? Or Team Galactic. Team Plasma. Wrong game. Maybe the red chain has some uses besides mending the world. You could be right. I guess we'll have no way of knowing until we get the red chain for ourselves. So, shall we return to Mistress Kogita's home? Alright, let's do this. We can see if Mistress Kogita has any more interesting insights to share with us. So we are going to do that. Are you going to heal my team, or am I going to have to do that on my own again? Can I just, like, take a nap to heal? So that's Uxie's Claw. I sense a warmth to it. The Pokemon of the lakes are strange. They seem to play on your mind somehow. Indeed. Yet we may want to add just a dash more speed. Things in Jubilife Village are tense. What makes you say so? It seems a Pokemon's been glimpsed on the other side of the rift. One of those Ginkgo Guild merchants informed me that Commander Kamado has raised a force not to survey the Pokemon but to subdue it, should the need arise. One of those Ginkgo Guild merchants? You make it sound as if you're not one of them. Now if a Pokemon truly were to appear from beyond the rift, what would become of everyone, I wonder? That settles it, Dragonite. There's no time to lose. You've got one material left to find for the red chain. Let's go get it. That's the spirit. I'll come watch this historic moment unfold too. Watch? Is that really all you do? Remember, once you've sought the third lake and found what's needed for the red chain, make for the Shrouded Ruins. Alright, so that is our third assignment. I would kind of like to take a nap. Oh, I have been healed. No need for that, I guess. Alright, let's make for Lake Valor. And that is going to be... Which one is that? The Crimson Mirelands? I think that's the Crimson Mirelands. We are headed out over in this direction. And we shall make our way up to the, what is it? Lake Valor. I've said the name like 4 times. And I'm still having trouble remembering it. Alright, Lake Valor, let's jump on in. Ride the fish around, and if I can do my thing where I just like... If I can do my thing where I just like slam into Volo's face with a fish, that would be funny, but apparently that's not going to happen. Do you know about Lake Valor? It's said to have been formed by a volcanic eruption, much like Lake Verity, though there are also other theories that say it was carved out in the midst of a Pokemon battle, because of course there are theories that say that. This lake is protected by the Pokemon Azelf. When Azelf took flight, the will to do what needs doing was born in people's hearts, or at least that is what the legends would have us believe. Alright. The phone is going off again. We can blast a hole in the door. We can be on our way. I will say, I am partial to the volcanic theory. I don't know how, like, canon that is in Pokemon canon, but volcanic craters do tend to be, like, big ol' circles like this with little things in the middle. At, like, the exact, like, center of the caldera, but that's just me. I do like craters and impact craters and craters of all sorts. They're cool. Alright, let's see what we're up against. That is a Quillfish? What? That is a menacing Pokemon. I've heard about this one from my grandfather. Those quills, they're venomous. Alright. Let's bring out the ground type, I guess. This is not exactly what I had in mind when I came in here, but alright, let's do it. If I come back here, like, after the main story or whatever, do I get to fight the Alpha Pokemon again, and do I get another chance to try and catch them or something? Anyway. Overquill is your name. And you're gonna Aqua Tail me, and it did not occur to me that you would be going faster. And that is a bit of a problem, because that means I don't get to use Ground-type moves on you. Oh well, does Typhlosion know a Ground-type move? I do not. Alright. Ground Poison. I mean, Water Poison. So I assume. I don't have anything else that is actually going to be super effective on you. Well, Staraptor. Alright, do your thing, Staraptor. So we can go and do the only thing that Staraptor is going to be doing these days, and that is going to be running into you full force with a Brave Bird. And that is going to do about half. Alright, that was a little less than half. Damage me with the recoil as well. And Quillfish is going to Agile Style and Poison Jab. Alright. If I was to Swallow, I could take advantage of being poisoned and have that boost my attack, but I do not have a Swallow and I do not have abilities. I keep reminding myself that, don't I? Anyway, maybe I shouldn't have done Agile Style, or maybe I shouldn't have done Strong Style on the first turn so that I could have gotten in a second one, but... Alright, this is that strategy thing that you do in video games that I'm apparently not very good at. Why did I bring you in? I don't have... My best move against you is Ancient Power. That was like... Or Rollout, rather. That was like... Not very good. Although, to be fair... I don't know if Quillfish has anything that it could do to me either. Okay, Double Edge. That is certainly something it could do to me. That was a lot of damage that you did to yourself on recoil. If I do Agile Style, I will not get another chance to move, so I'm just going to Strong Style roll out. And we are going to see if this is enough to take you down. It isn't. You all know who's coming in next. Assuming you don't recoil yourself to death. You're going to recoil yourself to death. Alright, it would have been funny if Gumi was able to take down all three of the lake things, but alright. Game doesn't think it's that funny, so... the fight is over, and that was probably the easiest of the three, actually. Alright, that's my Dragonite. Alright, Azelf, what personality test are you gonna give me?
Show it to me, unyielding will. Strike me if you can.
Oh, do we actually have to fight you? Oh, we're gonna do one of these things. Alright. You just made bombs appear out of nowhere. I guess you meant to throw them at Azelf. Okay. As for my team... Take that! Alright, so we're gonna be playing dodgeball here, are we? I can get behind that. Take that! Do I have to, like... Alright, you're gonna despawn if I try and hit you at point blank. Take that! Alright. Will you abandon this folly? I mean, I think it's fun. And I'm guessing the game is gonna tell me that, like, be strong-willed and try and hit me even if you don't think you can or whatever. Aim and... Fire. There's a part of me that wants to cut away here because this is a little repetitive. But, I also don't want to cut away. Because I think it's funny. If I were to, like, completely miss... If I were to, like, throw it off, like, above your head, would you still disapparate like that?
It seems you had best give up. Will you continue regardless?
Alright, you are clearly telling me that the correct answer is to continue. I do want to know, however, what happens if I just, like... Alright, how close do I have to get to you? I can seem to miss you by a pretty wide range. Let's start one at Adaman. Just to see what he does. They literally go straight through him. That's not any fun. Alright, Adaman react. Alright, so I guess we're gonna keep doing this. And that's going to be 3, and it's probably going to be time for another cutscene in the middle of the lake, in the middle of the pond, puddle, whatever.
Give up. You struggle in vain. Will you yet press on?
Alright, so the text is different every time. Which makes it sound like there's still more to do here. I do want to stand up and stretch, though. Alright, what was that? Azelf. So that was a total of 10 bombs that I had to throw at you, and like 20 that I threw at Adamant just to see if you would do anything.
Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more.
Azelf's Fang. Alright, I guess you could have fangs for all I know. I can't see in your mouth because you never open it. Looks like our journey is complete. So with that, you have anything to say? Alright, you don't really have anything to say. Let us get out of here, and we can go and speak to Volo, and he is going to teleport us back to Grandma's house, and we can see what happens when we do things with the red chain. It seems we finished the 3 lake trials. If I remember correctly, we were then told to head for the Shrouded Ruins. I don't know what could await us there, but I'm always excited to explore some ancient ruins. Let's be on our way. Oh, is that the one on top of Mount Coronet? Or like halfway up Mount Coronet anyway? It is, alright. I've been here before. I think I've been here before. I think these are the same ruins I visited. Yes, it's another one of these carvings of whatever type. The Shrouded Ruins. Mist is so very good at obscuring things. It's long been said to blur boundaries. If we're somehow to bring together the world of humans, the world of Pokemon, and the world of myth, then maybe we need such a setting as this. Yes, indeed. Mist is often used to mask lob transitions of distant objects in games and that sort of thing. But I have a feeling that's not what you're referring to. That being said, what are we meant to do now? It seems I've made it in time. Hey, Grandma, glad you could join us. Showing up only when the time's right, huh? With age comes wisdom, I guess. I had the aid of a rather remarkable Pokemon, if you really wish to know. Right, but how do we make this red chain? I would hardly know. We speak of a divine instrument, one said to be capable of binding the very world. Do you really imagine it can be forged by mortal hands? Then what are we doing here? We don't have any more time to waste. Hey guys, glad you could join us! Ah, the Pokemon of the Lakes. That was easy. So it was true. The pact our people have passed down from where all these generations has been kept. At last, I can set this burden aside. You succeeded once again, Dragonite. Yet, things do not seem to be going well for the rest of the world. What's that supposed to mean? I've had some news from my fellow merchants in the Ginkgo Guild. It seems that the commander is going to forego waiting for our investigation to finish. He plans to climb Mount Coronet himself. What's he thinking? Even if he makes it up there, what can he do against a giant rift in space-time? Well, he doesn't yet know that our Dragonite has managed to get the red chain now, does he? That's right, we've got to let him know that it'll be alright now that we have the red chain. I have a feeling he's not going to believe us. Even the commander should see reason then and call off this foolhardy plan of his. Are we going back to Galaxy Base? Or Jubilife?